The market rockets higher as expected. So how high can the bulls take it? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the 1-2-1-2 setup with the imminent breakout coming toward the all-time highs, and that's exactly what we saw as the bulls broke out and rallied all day, closing near or above the all-time highs. Now the question is, how high will the bulls take it? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the breakout yesterday, we were all over it at the beginning of the day. As you can see, we put out a long alert and rode that all the way up for a very nice win. Our people in my room continue to make money. And if you watched the video a few days ago, I told you about our hedging strategy and how that worked and how we use it to pay for longer term shorts. You can see here that our second hedge, again, did over 100%, did very well. And now we have over $850 in profit to pay for our short trades that are much, much longer dated out. This gives us a free roll to the downside and allows us to see if the market can give us returns that you don't get on an everyday basis if this is an imminent top. These types of strategies are taught in my room, and if you want to be part of this winning team, stay tuned for later in the video. But for now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And in the video yesterday, we talked about the fact that we had this 1-2-1-2 setup, and we were looking for this breakout to the 5400 area. Really 5375 to 5450 would be our two targets, or our target area, I should say. And so far the market is following our path pretty much to a T. I told you we should come up to about 5330, which we did, and give us a small pullback, which we did. That's where we entered long today, off of that support zone, which was right off of the pivot, which we teach in my classes. And then we should be pushing higher towards 5350 plus, and look for a pullback here, a small one, and then one more pushback up into the all-time highs. So can they extend this above the 5360 zone we're at right now? Of course they can. They can extend up to 65, 77, wherever they're going to go, they can extend it. That's how wave threes work. However, we would be looking for them to find a reasonable top in this area, give us a smaller pullback, and then finish the pattern in the 5375 to 5400 or 5450 area overall. And then we'd be looking for the market to turn down from there based on a lot of factors that we've talked about over time. But you have negative divergences on market leading indicators. You have negative divergences on other indicators that are very reliable. You have negative divergence on the all-time highs. So there's a lot of reasons that this looks more like a wave 5 than any kind of bigger breakout, as well as the overlapping structure, which is indicative of an ending diagonal and or an expanded B wave, which we are tracking this as right now. So again, looking for a pullback and a high into that 5375, 5450 area. Then we'd be looking to turn down and break support. Again, until they break support, pressure will remain up. So don't think that we have to automatically be bearish up here at 5450. We need to see what the market does. Nothing is guaranteed in the market, but that's what we'd be looking for. A break of support would be a strong indication of a move down. Over on the NASDAQ. On the NASDAQ, we talked about the same exact setup, that 1-2-1-2 setup here, and looking for that breakout in the bullish sense. We got it. Looking for that move up to the 845 area, and then a pullback, and then a move up, which is what we got, to the new all-time highs. Again, we'd be looking for this 4-5 setup to play out. With the 4 pulling back into the 18,900 area or so on the NASDAQ, potentially a little higher, but 18,900 would be our first target for that pullback, or our natural target, I should say, for that pullback. And then a wave 5 higher up into that 19,150 area we've been talking about, or 19,200 area. That would be where we'd be looking for the NASDAQ to make its top and turn over and start the move down. So same basic principle on both charts. We had the breakout set up. Now we're looking for the 4-5 to complete the pattern. Then we're looking for the market to turn over and break support. Until it breaks support, the market is bullish and pressure does remain up before you put your silly comment down there about how the market still went up. So on the NASDAQ, still looking for higher. Still looking for that 19,150 to 19,200 zone. Still looking for a 4-5 to complete this pattern. Once we get that, then we would look for the market to come down and break support. And at that time, we will look for the bearish path to play out. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It will take you right over to our webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial. And this is because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it, become part of the trading team, make sure it's for you, interact with PT and I, and make sure that this is something you want to be in before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by just checking us out. We also have our educational material, our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course, where I teach the Elliott Wave Theory in a basic form, as well as our Advanced Elliott Wave, where we go through the complex patterns. In our Advanced Elliott Wave course, we go over the complex patterns that take over this market. One of those we think we're in right now, which is an expanded flat. An expanded flat is when the B wave goes higher than the A wave start and can take out all-time highs or lows. And in each video, we give you the parameters, and then we kind of draw the wave on the screen so you can see what it looks like with the fibs, understand what it looks like in a perfect world in the most basic sense. And then we get into the chart and show you what an expanded flat looks like on the chart. And in the example you're going to see on the screen, you will see that we made an all-time high, then we made a corrective pullback, then we had an expanded B wave that was right before COVID that went to new all-time highs. It was a very expanded B wave. It stayed within the parameters of an expanded flat. It was very corrective. We identified that early on. We were looking for a monster C wave down, and that's exactly what we got before COVID was ever a thing. We were looking for this fall. And so when people tell me this is because of COVID, I say, well, we were looking for a drop from back here. And then when it did drop, everybody said, oh, it's because of COVID. When in fact, expanded flats can make new all-time highs. And what happens is the A wave goes down, the B wave makes a high over the A wave start, which was back here. And then in an expanded flat, the C wave comes down below the A wave. So this is your expanded flat from COVID. And that's how those work. And that's the potential pattern we're in right now. We have identified that because of the corrective nature of the move up as either expanded flat or an ending diagonal. So just so you understand what an expanded flat looks like, the COVID example is a great one to check out. Now, as you can see on the screen, people are really loving this course. It's helping them understand these complex markets, how to trade them, and how to chart them so that they can know where the key levels are and how to understand where the market's going next. But if this is too complex or you're just getting started, I do understand. That's why we have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It's so confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. And this is because Elliott knew that the news cycles were worthless and didn't mean anything long ago. He knew that the key levels mattered, and when the key levels held, he understood what would happen next, and when the key levels broke, he understood what would happen next. This gives you a huge trading advantage over the rest of the market. This course here is 25 videos where we go through 3 different parts: your introduction, where we go through your expectations, your mindset, the KISS method, and why it works; the chart setup and tools, where we go through every tool you need to use along with Elliott Wave, how to use it and why we use it; and the Elliott Wave for Beginners area, where we go through each of the waves, how to measure them, how to understand them, find the targets, find the key levels, the theory of alternation, the corrective depth theory, the pivot, everything you need to know to make sense of an irrational market. Now, the cool thing about both of these courses is if you want to get them at a discount, you can get our bundled plan, which essentially makes the beginner's course a $30 course. You get $37 off by getting our bundled plan, and you get both courses in that bundle. Or if you don't want to pay anything at all, you can simply join one of our monthly rooms, as all of our training material is included in those rooms. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the charts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing in day trade, so we do trade quite often in my room. If you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, as well as advanced trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as the income trading method that's killing the market, individual stocks, futures trading, and his reduced risk binary method that crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures that trade that's so unique. Something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We're looking for a continuation to the upside. We need a 4 or 5 pattern to complete to the upside. We're looking at 53.75 to 54.50 on the ES, with wave 4 pulling back into that 53.40 area. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of situation. We're looking for a 4 or 5 setup where we get a pullback and then another push up to that 19,150 to 19,200 area. We would look for a pullback into the 18,900 area on the NASDAQ before pushing higher. Guys, that is your market update for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.